Hello ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and welcome to my episode 2 of my How to Ride a Motorcycle series. And in today's episode, we are going to cover slow speed maneuvers and basically how to ride a motorcycle properly at slow speed and to avoid dropping your bike under a lot of situations. And I'll try to give you like my own little tips and tricks that I personally use. Now while we're going up here, I'll go ahead and go over the basics and the most important parts of this. Now it's a simple process, and all it takes is practice, like everything else in life. Mostly everything that has to do with slow speed riding is all done with the clutch. Everything with slow speed riding is done with the clutch. You never want to use your front brake ever when doing slow speed maneuvering. And then this dickhead truck has to be here to take a way out of space. Thought this thing moved. Alright guys, we had to go ahead and switch locations. So we'll go ahead and do our slow speed training here. Now we'll go ahead and get straight to it. Now slow speed riding, like I said, it's all clutch. When you want to ride slow, it's all clutch. It's all about letting the clutch go and just letting it roll, but you just want that clutch there though. You want to hold the clutch so it's there when you need it. So if I turn too sharp or the bike's tipping over, that clutch is there. And that'll help. And right now I'm barely giving it like 1% of throttle, if that. And slow speed maneuvering, it's good to cover your rear brake just to have it there, but you never really want to use your rear brake when you're doing your slow speed maneuvering. Now I would do some right side ones, but the way my throttle cables are configured, when my handlebars are pushed too far to the right, you can see it gives the bike throttle. So that's a very dangerous feature. Now if you didn't know how to ride a bike, that would probably put you down really hard. But unfortunately, I can't go right, which it doesn't matter for my instruction video. All you need to know is what to do. So slow speed maneuvering, it's all about locking. You want to lock and lean. Lock and lean, and keep that clutch covered non-stop. The clutch is literally 95% of your slow speed riding. And like I showed you before, how you don't need no gas to go on a bike, it'll always just keep going. You can go ahead and go like that. Okay. Now, when slow speed riding, never go hard on the throttle like this. Like, never try to jerk the bike like that. You want to be easy, like just roll on the throttle. Lock and lean and slight roll on the throttle. Lock, lean, slight roll on the throttle. I'll try to do some right side ones, but my throttle cable, like I said, it's not configured the way it's supposed to be on this bike. But you are controlling your tip values with that throttle though. When you're tipping too far up, you need to give it some throttle to put the bike back up. And you want everything to feel like a nice, beautiful circle, or whatever you're doing, You want everything to be as smooth as possible. So if you were to hit your front brake in a lean, I'm not going to demonstrate that. it's pretty obvious what would happen is the bike would abruptly stop forward, all the weight would shift to the front while the bike's sideways, and you'd go forward, and then all the weight would just drop all the way over, and you'd most likely drop the bike that way. So that's why you never touch your front brakes when you're in your slow speed maneuvering. And like everything else with riding, it's all about being easy on it and knowing it really well. So just ease it out and slight throttle control. Slight throttle control. No matter how slow you're going, it's slight throttle control. Stay away from that gravel patch right there. So just be easy on the throttle, and when you're letting off the throttle, don't chop it. Don't chop it down. Just let it slowly out. Let them revs just drop. And it is good to have your rear brake there, but like I said, just have it covered in case you need it. Because if you don't need it, don't use it, because what's going to happen is you're just going to end up burning out your clutch. So if you're doing them circles and holding your rear brake down and, you know, feathering your clutch in while doing that, you're going to end up just burning your clutch out, and you don't want to do that. So try to practice it with no brakes at all. Just bust circles, slow circles. It's the best way to do it. And if you're a new rider and you still feel uncomfortable with riding slow, it's always good to keep your feet wide out, but also wide out to the point where you have a good balance point. You know what I'm saying? So when your feet are wide out, it gives you more what do you say, leverage to hold the bike up in case, you know, you dropped it or anything, you know. So always keep your feet wide out. Always try to do that. And you know, when you're practicing your slow maneuvering in your circles at first, try to keep your feet out if you need to. I'm saying if you're a little unfamiliar with your balance point so far, it would be ideally just to keep your feet out, or at least keep them at a point where you can save yourself from going down. You know what I'm saying? And if you need to slow yourself down for any reason during your maneuvering, just feather that brake up and get your bike to upright, and try to get the bike upright before hitting that brake. You always want to brake only when your bike's upright. And like I said, don't panic and hit that front brake, because the bike's weight shifting is what's going to put you down. So remember those tips. Clutch is the most important thing. And your throttle control. Slight throttle. I can't explain to you how feel is. Feel is feel. But you're going to feel it, and you're giving the bike a slight lean. Never lock the bars and keep it upright and try to turn like this, like a car would do. Because then the weight's going that way. And all you're going to end up doing is panicking, letting too much clutch out, and the bike's going to jump, and you're going to end up dropping the bike to your right. And you definitely don't want that to happen either. So what you want to do is get going, lock and lean. Lock and lean. And that will give you your smooth circles or figure eight patterns, whatever maneuver you're doing at a slow speed. That's all you need to do is clutch. Clutch is your best friend when slow speed maneuvering. The clutch gets you out of any problem with your slow speed, because it'll get you out of your bike jerking, it'll get you out of stalling, it'll get you out of anything. So remember, when in doubt or when panicking, hit the damn clutch, and it'll keep the bike, it'll get the bike going good, and you won't have to worry about that. So we'll do a couple more little slow speed maneuvers right here. So remember, always start off with an easy acceleration, and then lock and lean. And this will assist in your fundamentals of your cornering as well. You know, it helps you out with your balance point and knowing your bike and where to sit and where and what part of your bike to sit to where you feel certain balance points. You know what I'm saying? So always remember that, lock and lean. You never want to keep the bike upright. You never want to just like push your handlebars to go over whichever way you're doing. You know, it's always still lock and lean. You're still leaning to the bike. So, if you have any more questions, or I forgot to mention something that you want to know, please don't hesitate to ask. If the video helped you, please hit that like button to let me know. And thank you for watching, guys. And remember, ride safe, gear up, and you guys have a great day.